What's up? Good evening, Titans 2. Welcome to another edition of Rapid Rundown, our little game show here. For this edition, we have Caleb squaring off against Amy.
Bring it on.
And Trash Talk, any Trash Talk to start off?
No, I'm good. I want to keep it sportsmanlike this time and clean game, clean matchup here.
That's respectable.
We'll see.
Very good. Well, my name is Justin. I'll be the moderator here. We are going to ask a few questions here. How it works in this first round, they will get a minute each to answer a question that I have for them, and whichever one that I line up and agree with more, or who gives the better answer, the reasoning behind their answer, I will award a point to that party. That's how the first round works, and then we will move on to the second round when we get there. Okay, are you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I'm ready.
Let me get this timer off. So, for the first question, with the playoffs rapidly approaching, many divisions and playoff spots are still up for grabs. Who do you think is the dark horse candidate to go far into the playoffs this year? Caleb, I'm going to start off with you. Give me your answer starting right now.
I'll give you my answer, Justin. I am going with the Washington Redskins, currently sitting as the 6th seed, and they're in the playoffs right now, and I think they're going to seal that. I think they're hot right now, and they're dangerous. Kirk Cousins is currently second in the league in passing yards, and he has been on fire as of late, has over 101 QB rating on the season. Not only that, but Rob Kelly has really come on. In the past 4 games since their starting running back went down in the injury, he's racked up 358 yards and 4 touchdowns, including a 137-yard and 3 touchdown performance against Green Bay, division opponent. So I think they can be really dangerous. They have veteran receivers. They have a budding star tight end in Jordan Reed. The offense is there to carry them deep into the playoffs if they want to get hot. And yeah.
Okay.
That's about all I got.
With 6 seconds to spare. Boom. All right, so we have Caleb going with the Washington Redskins. All right, well, we are going to switch it over to Amy. Amy, a dark horse playoff candidate to go far in the playoffs. Who do you got? Go ahead.
You know, I have got the Pittsburgh Steelers, honestly. And at the beginning of the season, I would not have thought they would be a dark horse candidate. But from the last couple of games, they have definitely shown some weaknesses. They still have a chance to win their division. They're not completely out of winning the AFC North, only in second place behind the Ravens, and they have the same record. So they can still win their division, and I think Ben Roethlisberger, I feel like, just knows how to kick it in gear come playoff time. They've got the experience with him and Le'Veon Bell and all Antonio Brown. I mean, they've all played playoff games before. They've played playoff games together before, and I think that is just going to benefit them, and that they're really going to find their stride and take off during the playoffs and do a lot better than they've been doing during the regular season.
All right, you're done. Very nice. With 10 seconds to spare. Very impressive. You guys summed up your thoughts perfectly.
Beat that.
And like the same amount of time, I did beat it. 50 seconds, right? But did I beat it?
You had 6 seconds left.
You did. I think the Redskins are more of a dark horse candidate to go deep in the playoffs this year. I'm sorry, Amy. But the Steelers have been there at the beginning of the season. They were a very popular pick to go to the Super Bowl, and they haven't really lived up to those expectations, but I don't think it would really surprise anybody if they kicked it into gear and went into a run for this year's playoffs. So for that reason alone, I agree more so with Caleb. I think the Redskins are a very dangerous under-the-radar team right now.
I don't like that.
All right.
This feels like a year where Pittsburgh wins the Super Bowl. You know, it feels like.
Oh, now you're going with my pick. So if you were
I'm going with Amy. Amy should get the point. But I got the point. No, I got the point.
Okay. Can I get an unlock here? All right. So Caleb has that first one, 1-0. Moving on to the second round of the first stage. Question 2. With every NFL season coming to a close, speculation starts swirling with the head coaches and job security. So who do you guys think, in terms of NFL head coaches, is on the hot seat right now with how their teams are looking? Amy, I will start with you. You are on the clock.
I definitely think the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, his job...
Gus Bradley,
his job is on the line right now. I mean, all the hype they had going into the season and just how horrible it has panned out. They have not even shown glimpses of what people expected from them this season, and not even glimpses of their season last year, which wasn't even that great, and they just have digressed when they really shouldn't have. I mean, I said last week that they were my biggest disappointment. Their offense was, at least. I feel like with all the talent he has on his team, he should have been able to capitalize way more this season than they have. And I don't think they're going to capitalize with the remaining 4 or 5 weeks we have left. So, Gus Bradley, see ya!
All right. Another quick answer summed up nicely.
We don't even need a minute. We need like 50 seconds.
Yeah, we
Maybe
need to
should
shorten
change
these
it to that.
rounds.
And you need like a minute and 15 to sum up your last sentence.
Not this time. I'm the moderator this time.
Sorry.
I can take all the time I want. Caleb, same question. What coach is on the hot seat right now? Go.
I do think Gus Bradley will be gone at the end of the year. But for my answer, I'm going with the man, Jeff Fisher, needs to be on the hot seat if he is not. I mean, this is, 4 or 5 years with the Rams where they have yet to finish better than third in their division. They're sitting at third right now only because the 49ers are playing absolutely terrible this year. He's actually 2 losses shy of the all-time amount of losses in the league, which is crazy for a coach. He hasn't had a winning season since 2008. He hasn't won a playoff game since 2003. That was back with Tennessee. That's right. He has yet to have a winning season with the Rams. He's just, they made all the big moves to LA this past season, and he was pressured into drafting Goff. He finally just started him, but no one really knows if Goff is the answer. And people are just starting to get, impatient with Fisher. And with a lot of hot coaching candidates possibly being available in the offseason, like Josh McDaniels, I feel like he would be a good fit for LA. Bring some energy behind their coaching scheme back there.
So that is what happened.
What is going on here? Okay, we're done. All right, going so far as to suggest other candidates, are we, Caleb?
I'm just saying, when Josh McDaniels makes himself available for coaching and people start weighing the options between the Fisher and McDaniels, McDaniels is looking pretty good.
Pretty good. Not bad. Both very good answers. I think both of these coaches, Bradley and Fisher, are coaches that really, in all honesty, should be fired right now. There's no reason for them to be sticking around. But I'm going to go with Amy for Gus Bradley just because of the expectations going into this season. People are expecting the Jaguars to take that next step. Jeff Fisher, they were kind of expected to kind of not really go anywhere again this year. So he's kind of meeting expectations, as sad as that sounds. He's living at 500, and he's going to finish worse this year. But just from an expectation standpoint, I think Amy has the better answer with Gus Bradley.
Actually, I'll agree with that. That is a good point. If Fisher and the Rams had the same expectations as the Jags, Fisher would have been fired already.
So you have liked both my answers. So
I do. You're my wife, Amy. I support you.
You can't disagree.
Go, babe.
All right. Well, we are tied up at 1 apiece. All right. Last question here. We have a fan submitted question that we are going to debate here. This question comes to us from Castoff 231. So thank you very much for the question, Castoff. And he says, who is the best rushing QB in the league? Amy, start with you.
All right.
And go. Yes.
So I know Tyrod Taylor, I believe, is the leading QB rusher. But I'm not going to go with him. I'm actually going to go with Cam. Call me old school. I know he hasn't had the kind of rushing years that he's had in the past. But he just can take a hit, he can get yards, he can score touchdowns, he's hard to bring down. I mean, even though he complains about his hits, there's nothing he can't do. I think Cam is still the best rushing QB in the league, the most dangerous in the open field. And I also think he makes really smart decisions with his head too. You can have the speed and you can, be able to make the runs, but knowing where to go, knowing what blocks to follow, what holes to really burst through. I feel like he has that knowledge more than other quarterbacks do. So, Cam Newton.
All right. 7 seconds to spare.
You have yet to hit the buzzer in any time you've been on Rapid Rundown.
Short and sweet.
You sum up your words so perfectly.
Succinctly?
You're sucking up.
Succinct.
Okay, none of the lovey-dovey stuff here on the...
That was like a suck-up, kiss-up thing.
All right. Again, Castoff's 231's question, who is the best rushing QB in the league? Is it Cam Newton? Do you agree with Amy?
Definitely not. In fact, I made a list of my 4 top running backs. He wasn't even in it.
Quarterbacks.
Running quarterbacks. He was not even in my top 4.
No talking while Caleb's
Tyrod Taylor is leading the league in rushing, and the guy I'm going with, though, is 300 yards behind him, but I think he is the best rushing quarterback because of his smarts, his speed, and more like kind of what you said with his head. He knows when to run. I feel like he always chooses the perfect spots, and he knows how far to get. It's Russell Wilson is what I'm going with.
I thought you might have done.
I was leaving you guys in suspense. Okay. Russell Wilson is my answer because I feel like he is the smartest runner, and he's also extremely athletic. He's not the fastest. I feel like Kaepernick, Tyrod Taylor are faster, but I feel like they're just kind of skittish runners. They just run because they have nothing else to do. Russell Wilson picks and chooses his spots perfectly, and I think he's really a weapon back there when he chooses to use his feet, and he chooses those spots wisely.
So you just use all my reasons, just with a different player.
This is tough, guys. You guys both disappointed me a little bit because, in my humble opinion, I think Tyrod Taylor is the best rushing quarterback this year.
Well, you're just the mediator.
Yeah, so my opinion doesn't matter. But I agree more with Russell Wilson being the better scrambling quarterback.
Yikes.
If we're talking about this year and really overall, Cam Newton has not been as effective. He's not having as good of a year this year. I know Russell Wilson's kind of had a slow year too, but if you combine the pocket awareness, the scrambling ability, and the speed. I mean, Cam Newton is more of a power rusher. I just think Russell Wilson has the pocket awareness, the scrambling ability to get out of any situation. I would take him as a scrambling quarterback over Cam Newton.
It is hard to go with Russell Wilson when he's 300 yards behind Tyrod Taylor.
It is, but
in terms of rushing. And Cam Newton's even farther down than that. But
yeah, but a rushing quarterback can also mean, you got scrambling ability and you're still looking down the field to throw the ball.
Exactly.
I guess we could have specified that question a little better. Scrambling QB or rushing QB?
Whatever.
And you know what? Caleb got the point. So it's too bad for Amy. All right, so that concludes our first stage. In this second stage, it is our speed round where we will ask a true-false question. And you will have 30 seconds to answer, which shouldn't be hard for you guys since you guys seem to wrap up your answers pretty nicely here.
That's right.
You like that?
You like that?
Moving on. Second stage. First question. The AFC West is the best division in the league. True or false? Amy, 30 seconds.
This season, yes, that is true. They are. Close second would be, in my mind, the NFC East. But AFC West is, Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, those three right there are all playoff-worthy teams. And then the Chargers are at the bottom of that division, and they're sitting at 5-6. That's way better than the bottom of every other division. Honestly, the NFC East is the closest one, with the Eagles sitting at 5-6. But the Chargers have so many better players. Yes, that is so true.
And you're done. 30 seconds.
I can't say anything.
All right, we have a true.
Very true. You're going with very true on that one.
I'm going
very true.
Strongly agree.
Well, sorry. True was the only option here, so you got that wrong. All right, so Amy says yes, AFC West is the strongest division. Caleb, what do you say?
False. I'm going with your second choice, is what you said. NFC East, I believe, is the strongest division. Their overall record right now is currently 29-14. AFC West is 29-15, so they're dead even. But I'm looking at overall teams. Cowboys right now are the best team in the league at 10-1, about to be 11-1. And then if you just look at the danger of the teams there, I feel like with Denver and Kansas City at their quarterback positions, Alex Smith and Trevor Siemian don't scare me. You start looking at the NFC East, you have a proven winner in Eli Manning come playoff times. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are tearing it up. Kirk Cousins and the Redskins, dark horse candidate to make the playoffs and go far. And then the Eagles started off strong.
You're way over. You're way over. You were like 5 seconds over.
Yeah, this one doesn't ring.
Oh, man. My bad. So that's going to...
Cheater!
Deduct points from you since you went over.
No.
This is a very close one. Sorry. Amy,
sorry to who?
I agree with you.
Yes!
AFC West is better. I agree with you.
Misleading.
Yeah. Trying to throw you guys off. I guess it
worked.
But yeah, I think the AFC West is the best. I agree with you. The Cowboys have the best team in both divisions. But if you're going to line up each team and where they stand, I would take the Chiefs over the Giants. I would take the Broncos over the Redskins, and I would take the Chargers over the Eagles in a matchup. So I think across the board, I think it's close, but across the board, I think the stronger, more well-rounded teams are in the West right now.
We'll see.
Point.
We'll see.
Point for Amy.
We'll see about that.
To tie it up. Okay.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Kirk Cousins, you're going to have to deal with it. Moving on to the second question here in the speed round. True or false? The Broncos made the correct decision in going for the 62-yard field goal on 4th and 10 on Monday night against the Chiefs. As we all know, the Broncos missed, the Chiefs got the ball back and were able to march down the field and score at the end of overtime to win the game. The Broncos made the correct decision in going for that field goal. Caleb, we'll start with you. True or false? Sorry, I keep getting locked out.
It's okay. You do. I don't know why that happens. Okay. True. They did make the right decision. I would have gone for the field goal too. I mean, you're looking at that stadium, Mile High. That's where the longest field goal in NFL history. The longest 2 field goals in NFL history have been kicked. Matt Prater hit like a 63. No, Jason Elam hit a 63. Matt Prater hit like a 65. Brandon McManus has the leg. I think you were playing to win the game. If he punts, best case scenario is you tie. Worst case scenario is Kansas City magically wins. And I think you play to win the game. You don't play for a tie. I think that was their best option at the time, and they went with it.
Time. Perfect. Dang, that's pretty impressive. All right, so it was the correct decision to go for it.
Yes. That's
Amy, would you agree? True or false? It was the correct decision for for Denver to go for the field goal. Go.
False. I do not think that was the best decision. I think either in that situation, you go for it. You don't kick the field goal. You go for the 4th and 10, or you punt it. I agree, play to win. I would have just gone for the 4th and 10. I feel like they had a much better chance of getting a first down than making a 60-whatever-yard field goal. I don't think they should have punted it at all, which they didn't, so that's good. But I definitely think you go for it on 4th and 10 if you're playing to win. So I think they should have done that instead, and who knows, could have been a different outcome.
All right, you guys are putting me in a tough spot because I think going for it on 4th and 10 would have been the more correct call, but punting it would have been the worst call to make. And you kind of went with either punt it or go for it. You said definitely do the field goal.
She said not punt.
I said not punt it.
Not punt it.
I said definitely go for it, 4th and 10.
I think it's because some of the plays leading up to that 4th and 10, if they wanted to kick the field goal, they should have run the ball or run some plays to get a few more yards to make it a more makeable field goal. But I like Caleb's answer better, and just that you have to go for the win in that situation. The mentality of either going for it is better than playing for the tie, going for the win. Is that
going for 4th and 10 is going for the win?
But with the history of the kicks in Mile High, I think the field goal was justified, the long field goal.
There's no wind factor.
And McManus beat out Prater for the job because Prater was at his house getting drunk. So he's got to have a strong leg for the Broncos to kick.
It's tough to get 4th and 10s, but I think that would have, I don't know, either kick the field goal or go 4th and 10 is the right choice because you're both going for the win.
This is why it's a topic of debate. You can give us both a point. You're the moderator. You can do whatever you want.
This would be the first tied point in the history of Rapid Rundown.
That's all right.
All right, you guys both get a point.
Yeah.
Sure. Screw it.
Well, Justin's not going for someone to win.
I just like everybody winning.
Ha.
All right.
Everyone ties. Last question for the speed round. Romo
Rock and roll
will end up in Denver next year. True or false, Amy?
I'm going to say that is true because John Elway is a quarterback go-getter. Trevor Siemian hasn't been, a huge letdown for the Broncos, I don't think, but he hasn't been anything incredible. And I think John Elway likes incredible quarterbacks, i.e. Peyton Manning, why he went after him. And I think Tony Romo has all the qualities John Elway would like in a quarterback. He's got experience. He's just a good quarterback. So, I definitely think so, mainly because John Elway's in charge of that.
Done. All right. So, Romo, you think he's going to be a Bronco, eh?
I do. Giddy up, Romo.
Giddy up.
Giddy up, Bronco.
Going from the Cowboys to the Bronco.
Bromo.
I don't like it.
All right.
Oh.
All right, we're just going to move on to Caleb's answer here. Will Romo end up in Denver next year, Caleb?
False. I do believe John Elway likes great quarterbacks, and I don't think Romo's the guy he's looking for. Romo has not really done well in the playoffs historically. They have some gaps there, and I think Elway's looking for someone that can take this team into the playoffs, deep into the playoffs, and I don't think Romo's got that. So I think they're going to go with someone maybe in the draft or in the offseason. Not Romo, though. I think Romo's going to end up in somewhere like Chicago. I think Jay Cutler's gone. I think Chicago can embrace Romo, and he can be a pretty good quarterback for them. I don't think they're looking for anyone great, and I think he'll end up somewhere like there.
All right. Good answers, guys. I'm gonna have to go with Caleb on this one though. I don't think Romo's gonna be a Denver Bronco next year. I mean,
what about all those cool names we just came up for?
Bromo.
That's so cool, man. It's a good one.
He's got to go now.
But Romo, the Broncos. They have a quarterback right now in Trevor Siemian who's putting up a decent season right now. They also drafted Paxton Lynch in the first round next year. Romo has major injury concerns. I don't think that Elway's going to invest.
Romo never gets hurt.
Even though that... yeah, right. Even though he did invest in Manning after his neck surgery. But I think Romo's kind of proven that, he's very much on the cusp of being done. Like one more injury and he's probably out.
I just like Tony Romo.
And Dallas has proven any quarterback can come in behind that offensive line, and if you play efficiently, the team succeeds. So.
See, I don't think Dak's that good.
No, I'm just saying I don't think Romo was as great as people were making him out to be. Oh, sorry.
Order in the court.
It's another topic for another time.
All right, guys. So for the first two rounds, Caleb is in the lead, 4 points to 3. We got one more round though. I have 3.
I was about to say, how was there 7 points? But yeah, we each got a point in that one.
Sorry,
yeah,
couldn't make it my mind. You guys are just too good. We have one more round, the trivia round. How this works, I'm going to ask a question. Either Caleb will, whoever bobbles the head first, that's like a buzzing in, they will have the first opportunity to answer the question. They get a point if they get it right. If they get it wrong, Amy or Caleb or the other contestant will have a chance to steal the answer and get the point.
So, dude.
And if you buzz in or bobble in and you get the question wrong, you get a point taken away. So is it worth the risk if you don't know?
Oh, it is. It's worth the risk.
All right, where's my question?
It is with these trivia. Oh, remember, hands have to be on the lap.
Yeah,
didn't we decide that last time? Yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I know you want to stroke Eddie George's bald head.
I got some pretty general trivia questions here. So.
Okay.
First one, though, is very general NFL knowledge. Which NFL team has the most Super Bowl rings? Amy?
That would be the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Correct! Double or nothing?
You didn't know that, did you?
Double or nothing. Do you want to guess how many that they have?
I'm not doing that now.
Double or nothing. Yeah, that's too much of a risk.
Can I guess just for fun?
What? Okay, what?
Yeah. 6.
That's right. You would have gotten double points. Sorry. That's what you get for
props for that.
Steelers fan for life.
Oh my, yeah, you went the Steelers earlier. Dark horse team in the playoffs. Gosh.
Yeah. All right.
You're all about the Steelers.
So we're tied back up over.
I'm all about that Redskins life.
You like that?
Are we ready for the second question?
Yeah, sorry.
Since we should get going.
You guys are killing me.
We don't ever get to see each other, so we have to, this is our only chance to talk.
Yeah, this is very healthy marriage here. Okay, question number 2. Name both of the receivers in the NFL that have already broken 1,000 yards receiving.
Julio Jones. AJ Green.
Incorrect. Would you like to try to steal, Amy?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Caleb, that is a point deducted.
Got nothing to lose.
You gotta be kidding me.
All right. Julio Jones.
Oh, where'd you get that one from?
And Antonio Brown.
Ooh! You lose a point.
No, I don't lose a point.
Amnesty.
I don't know the rules. All right, Caleb loses a point.
Hold on.
What is the...
Julio Jones and... Is it Mike
It should
Evans?
be...
It is Mike Evans.
Oh, dang it. I thought AJ Green had it before he even got injured. He was close.
He's close. He has 900.
Oh, dang it.
Antonio Brown has 998 currently.
Are you kidding me?
Oh,
sorry.
Super close.
I don't know the Steelers as well as I thought.
Close but no cigar. Man, I have written all over this thing. What is the current score?
Okay, it was 4-3 going into the trivia, and then Amy got the first one right. 4-4. I just missed it, so it should be 4-3. Amy.
4-3, Amy. You're right. You guys are so smart. All right, last question for either the tiebreaker or the Amy victory. We're gonna go away from the NFL. Same sport.
What?
Same sport though.
There are other sports.
Oh gosh, not
Name
college football.
in order the current 1 through 4 college football teams.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Okay. I saw it on the bottom of the screen the other day. I'm gonna see if I can remember.
We don't watch college football.
Yeah,
no.
we really don't.
It's over like a week away from the conference championship.
All right, I think I know the 4 teams. Okay, Alabama.
They are 1, correct. He's number 2 right now.
Number 2 is... Oh my goodness.
This is embarrassing.
Clemson.
Wrong. You lose.
I know.
Man, this was. You should have just said like top 4 teams.
All right,
I
fine.
know.
I'll dumb it down.
No, I get a chance to steal, right?
We can. Do you want to try to
If
name
I
them
get
in
all
order?
4 correctly,
In order. They have to be in
okay.
order.
Okay.
Alabama, Ohio State,
Ah,
Clemson, Louisville.
No,
it's not
Louisville's
Louisville.
falling
It's
way
not
off.
Oh, they
Louisville.
dropped. Dang it! Yeah, because they lost again.
It's Michigan.
No.
They're 5.
Yeah, I knew they were 5.
Pac-12.
Gosh, you are embarrassing us in front of our football fans.
Sorry.
We make us look like we don't know football. We don't watch college football.
We came out of
Penn
nowhere.
State.
They came out of nowhere.
Penn State's close.
Just tell us before we get embarrassed anymore.
Tennessee Vols.
Yeah.
Good
They lived up to the hype after.
Woo!
And it's Washington. Washington Huskies.
Yeah,
Jake
I didn't
Locker.
know that. I didn't
Jake
know that.
Locker's back, guys.
Nate Robinson.
And Nate Robinson. All right, so y'all both got that incorrect.
We ended in a tie.
No, Amy got it wrong first, so she
So I
loses
lose
a
a point. We ended
so
in a tie.
That's a tie ball.
Do you have
game.
another trivia question?
A tiebreaker.
I don't.
Off the top of your head?
Let me look at some stats real quick.
Just to do like where did someone go to college?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Let me think of a good player that I already know. Calvin Benjamin.
Florida State! Ooh, look at that win!
That's not fair.
I'm sorry. Here, you can have my win. You can have Javon first.
Duffer.
Trash talk, rub it in, rub it in.
No.
All right, that concludes. This is the 3rd edition of Rapid Rundown. We've each rotated. All been in a contestant. Good game, good sportsmanship, good moderating, Justin. Nice job.
We're not touching you. Sorry.
I'm a little under the weather. I don't blame you guys. All right, congratulations. Caleb is this week's champion. He is the smartest.
Oh my.
This week. If we can get the microphone
Smartest,
under
I
control.
don't know about that.
But all right, yeah. Thanks for watching. Join us for the next edition of this. Submit a question. Submit a question. If you guys have a good question for us, we will use it in the episode.
Indeed.
All right, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff.
See you later.
Peace.